welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another makeup tutorial. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my go-to smoky eye. I recently wore this look on my elf trip and I was on Snapchatting and everybody was asking me for a tutorial. So I filmed it for you guys here today. I used a palette that sadly is no longer available, but I've actually never used it before, but it had all the colors that I use for this smoky eye. So I was like, now's the best time to do it. This is the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition Smoky Palette. I think just rose gold edition palette. I don't know. But this is what it looks like here and it's seriously stunning. I loved this palette. I'm actually really sad that it's discontinued now because it is just gorgeous and I love the look I created with it. It was spot on to the look that I wear most of the time. So I really love this look. If you guys want to see how I got this, just keep on watching. So first off, as always, we need to prime our lids. I'm going to take my Bella P Air Shadow Base that I love so much. Are you guys so sick of hearing me talk about this? I've used this in like 100 videos. Wait, while we're talking about numbers of videos, do you know like in the next few months I'll probably hit 1,000 videos on YouTube? And to be honest, I would have hit it already if I hadn't deleted a lot of my past videos because I hated them so much. I even get comments sometimes of people saying like, Shay, I'm looking back in your videos for when you had red hair and I can't find it anywhere. And I'm like, fam, I deleted that. I hate who I was in that time of my life. I feel like YouTube's so interesting and the reason why people really love it so much is because you really do watch your favorite influencers like grow up. I don't know, it's a really crazy thing. I mean, I've been doing YouTube since I was in high school. It's kind of cool, I won't lie. I kind of love being able to see who I was throughout the years. And then also, I absolutely hate that there's like a record of who I was throughout the years. Because you know what I mean? Everyone goes through those awkward stages of finding yourself, trying to figure out who you are. And I went through every stage possible and I don't always love who I was at certain times of my life. And so I've deleted a lot of those videos that I absolutely hated. Like for example, my old like New York City skyline background, I hated that. It was so ugly and I just decorated it in the most hideous of ways. And my room was always freaking messy because I was working so hard in real life. I was working over 40 hours a week, like just in real life jobs. And then coming home to try and film every day, I was just, it was so stressful and I just hate my channel back then. Next, jumping into the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, I want to pop into the shade Bay. And I'm just going to pop that all over my lid to set in that primer. I'm also going to bring it up to my brow bone to just go ahead and pop a highlight there. How funny is it that this like palette is no more, it's no longer, and this is my first time ever using it. This is like truly a throwback Thursday. Next with the blending brush, I'm going to pop into the shade Sandalwood. So today I'm kind of doing my like everyday smoky eye, which I know not everyone wears smoky eyes every day. So if this is too much for you, you can totally save it for more of an event or a date night or something fun. Typically, if I want to just feel pretty and I want to just do my makeup without thinking, this is the look that I'll do. And I wanted to recreate this look because I was wearing it, not with this palette, I actually used a Sigma palette when I was on my elf trip, but everybody was loving that makeup and a lot of people asked for a tutorial on it. So I was like, oh, easy enough, because this is pretty much my typical makeup that I would wear anytime I needed to glam up a bit. Again, if it's too much for you, I totally understand that. This makeup look actually kind of takes me back to my roots as a Lancome makeup artist. When I was on their pro team, I would do a lot of their celebrity makeup events where they would have their celebrity makeup artists come, like legit, like does the makeup for Julia Roberts and Emma Stone and everyone in their campaigns. And so it was really cool to work alongside him. There was a few that I worked with. So one of the first things you learn in Lancome school, if you work for Lancome Cosmetics, at least on the East Coast, they send you to New York City. They literally have a school to train their artists, which is pretty cool. But the first makeup that you'll learn is the Lancome Smoky Eye. And it's the universal smoky eye. It's supposed to be great for every single eye shape, every single woman. It's exactly what I'm going to do here. It's very simple, but you just apply the darkest eyeshadow on the lid and then just fade it up. So darkest, medium, lightest. You know what I mean? Kind of like a sunset situation. From here, I'm going to jump into the shade Henna. And I will just start melting that into our transition shade. It's gonna sort of warm it up, make it a little more of like a red smoky eye, which is typically what I like. I like those really warm tones. Wow, I really like this palette, you guys. I'm sad that it's discontinued. I should have gotten a backup of it because I'll be sad when I use it all up. But then realistically, like how often do I use up a palette? I think the only time I used up palettes was back in the first days of the Naked palette craze. Do you guys remember when Naked palettes were like everything? they were truly like the biggest thing to ever hit the makeup world. It's actually what I credit my channel to getting a decent amount of views and followers from, because I used to do a naked series, I would call it, and I had like the most naked palette tutorials out there. And some of you even still comment from time to time saying that you discovered my channel through my naked palette tutorials, which I think is just awesome, because that was a really fun time for me with makeup, because it was exciting, these new palettes. And now there's like a new palette launched every single day, so I feel like that was definitely like the most exciting time in the makeup world. So next, I usually take some type of a smoky brown shade. I'm gonna use Cocoa today, this little number here. So I just take that with a big shader brush. This is the Sigma Beauty E60 brush, and it's amazing for packing on color. You guys see me use it all the time in my live swatching videos with Colourpop. People always ask what brush I'm using, and it's always this one. It's amazing. It gets your shadow on so quickly and evenly, and the tip kind of blends it out as well. It's fantastic. So I will just pack that all over the remaining part of the lid, and then take the blending brush one more time to make sure it marries nicely together. I will lastly take a smaller shadow brush, like here, this will do. And I'll dip into the black shadow. And this I'll just kind of pop along my lash line, just kind of smudge and blend that in. This is really awesome if you don't want to fuss with eyeliner. Just pack that black shadow on, and you kind of get that depth that you like near your lash line. And I'll kind of stamp it outwards as well, like a shadow wing. And then just take your blending brush one last time and run it over that black shadow, and you'll get everything to kind of marry together. And now we'll just take a makeup remover wipe, clean up underneath, and I like to sharpen up that edge just a bit, like that, and you have a really cool, clean, super smoky eye. I love this look. Next for foundation, I'm going to take the Peach Perfect foundation in the shade Warm Nude by Too Faced, and I'm skipping primer today. I'm going to be a rebel. I'm a rebel without a cause, and I'm going to take my Sigma Beauty 3D HD Max Kabuki brush and use this to blend on some foundation. So I'm really excited, you guys. If you live in the New York City area, we're gonna have the potential to hang out very, very soon. Or if you live on the East Coast and you can travel to New York City, I might be hosting kind of like a brush cleansing party event for Sigma, which I think is gonna be so much fun. You guys could literally come and sit in on the class. I feel super honored and super nervous. When I have more details, I will let you guys know if you wanted to come hang out. But yeah, it should be pretty fun. Oh, this brush is just the best. I love how it just carves right around your brow like that, and it doesn't touch your hair, doesn't touch your brow. It's like the perfect shape. Clean up under the eyes with it real quick. Y'all, I am reading the most interesting book right now. Well, I feel like it's stuff I should have already known, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, really? And it's an older book, so it's definitely not new. If you're really into pop culture, you may have already read this book, but I'm reading Down the Rabbit Hole by Holly Madison. A little insight to Playboy Bunny life, which, oh my gosh, it's just a crazy, crazy story. It's something I've always wanted to read. Well, I'm not reading it, I'm listening to it on Audible, but I'm going to say reading because it's just easier. But I had a ton of credits built up on Audible because I haven't been keeping up with picking out books lately, so I was like, all right, let me get a new book. And I just started it. I'm already like halfway done the book. I started it yesterday. But I was obsessed with Playboy growing up, and it sounds so creepy, like, and it is creepy. I should not have been so into Playboy at such a young age. But I remember I wanted my whole room to be designed in like Playboy bunny stuff, because obviously Playboy was super popular in like the 90s, early 2000s. And like if you went into Hot Topic or Spencer's, they had a whole line of Playboy stuff and like bedding, pillows. So I had a ton of it. And then also for like Christmas, I am so embarrassed about this, you guys. Looking back, I can't believe I'd wear this around school. But I had, if I can find a picture of me wearing it, I'm gonna post it. I had a few belts, but I had this Playboy bunny belt, and it was like a rim, like a tire rim, and you could spin it, and it was all diamond out. Well, fake diamonds. It was like little jewels, and it had the Playboy bunny in the symbol. And I'm like, I cannot believe I was wearing that around school. Like, I'm also gonna take my Urban Decay All-Nighter Concealer in the shade Light and pop that under the eyes. But it's kind of cool getting like the behind the scenes take of being a Playboy bunny from like one of the most notorious bunnies because of her show Girls Next Door. And they talk about the Girls Next Door show and how she didn't get along very well with Kendra, which I had no idea about. And it's just such a crazy story because you really do think they're just like living the ultimate life, but she wasn't very happy there. And the fact that like, I that she just was a Playboy bunny, but like she had to beg and beg and beg and beg and beg and beg and beg for years to be put in the magazine. And the only reason why she was even in the magazine was because of the show. Like Hef was never gonna, I call him Hef like I know him. Hugh Hefner was never gonna put her in the magazine. He didn't think she had what it takes, even though she was like his main girlfriend. It's just a crazy world, y'all. So I'm really enjoying that book. Just taking my same Sigma Beauty Max Kabuki foundation brush to blend out the concealer. Oh, I'm so frizzy. I just blew out my hair like not a half hour ago, and it's always like real frizzy right after. And then of course, let's set it with some powder. I'm gonna take my Too Faced Peach Perfect powder and I'm going to pack it right on to that concealer. As you do. You guys know the drill by now. It's so weird when it gets in your mouth because it's actually really sweet like candy, but like I know I shouldn't be eating it. It's kind of the same thing like with their Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Like if you ever get it in your mouth, you're like, whoa, why does this actually kind of taste good? This is disturbing. And then to counteract my little forehead wrinkles, I like to pop it up here as well. And I'm just bouncing a little bit on the rest of my face to lock that foundation in. So to finish up the eyes, I will just take a black eyeliner. This is Urban Decay's Zero Pencil. And I will just tightline my upper and lower lash line real quick. And then just blend out that liner so it's a little more seamless. And then lastly, I will take the darkest brown that we used, which is Cocoa, and I'll just smoke that onto the lower lash line. And then let's seal the deal with some mascara. This is my Tarte Cosmetics Tarteist mascara. I'm actually going to my friend's tonight, and I'm so excited because I am so corny, but we're gonna drink wine and we're gonna play puzzles, or we're gonna do puzzles. Like me and my other friend, Jamie, are super, actually you guys will remember Jamie if you watched my Makeover Monday series I did for a while. I did her makeup once, but we love puzzles, and so we're gonna do one tonight, which I'm really excited about. I'm like, wow, I'm getting old. So I'm gonna take my favorite Holy Grail contouring palette by Fiona Stiles. I like to take the middle shade and a bit of this lighter shade, and I will just use that on the sides of my nose to give a little definition. But I always think I have one of those face shapes where like I really can't contour my nose too much, or it's just super obvious, or maybe I'm just not super good at it. I don't know. I'm obsessed with all those girls on Instagram who like swear they are the like best nose contourers or like master of nose contour. I'm like, damn, I wish I had that skill. That's like cool as hell. I'm always watching their nose contouring videos. But like sometimes it just doesn't help because like you don't have that sized nose, you know what I mean? Like everyone's shape requires something different, so sometimes it can get a little tricky. And I'm also going to pop into the warmest color in the palette, warmest. And I'm going to pop that onto my forehead. And then a little through the cheek area. Oh, finally I'm feeling like a person with this bronzer. For blush, I'm actually going to jump into the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette, and I think I want to use this guy here. Is that Rose Spritz, I believe? Oh, she's pigmented. That was much too much. And then for highlighter, since we're already in here, I'm just going to go with Champagne Pop. And I actually can't use too much Champagne Pop because, believe it or not, I'm like too pale for Champagne Pop. I feel like I'm one of the few people that I feel like it doesn't work that well on, but I always try to use it because it really is so pretty and I love it on everyone else. Cupid's bow. And I'm also going to take some down the nose. Of course. It actually doesn't look too bad today. Now I'm going to spritz it all. I've been loving this spray. This is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, chamomile, and lavender. And then on the lips, I actually might mix two from Colourpop. I'm going to take a Pixie first and then put Lil Pump on top of it to kind of brighten it up, I think. Yeah, I think I want to add a hint of Lil Pump. It was a little deeper than what I wanted. On top of that, I'm also going to add a little bit of Moonchild. And that is it for my go-to smoky eye, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love this look. Of course, I already know that I love it because it's my go-to smoky eye. For a list of products to use, head to the bottom box down below. Don't forget to let me know what your go-to smoky eye is. Do we do something similar or do you keep it more simple? I'd love to know what you guys do. Maybe I'll try it in the next video. And don't forget to come back tomorrow for another new video because it is Shameless. New video every single day until December 25th. I hope you guys are enjoying Shameless. I am absolutely loving it. And I so appreciate you guys being here and watching with me today. So I love you and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!